All right. So I moved out when I was 17 years old. Okay. I moved out of Maui. I moved into a shitty ass apartment. And as of right now, I'm 19 years old. I'm living in one of, if not the most sought after apartment complexes in the county that I'm in right now. And I'm the youngest tenant in this apartment building. And it's taught me three major things. As of being the youngest tenant in this building, it's taught me three major things. And if you guys ever want to move into a nice apartment or live on your own or genuinely just exceed well in online business whatsoever, stay till the end of this video because these three topics have changed my perspective entirely on business in general, business as a whole, moving out, living on your own, and this thing we call like adulting or whatever. I'm 19, so it is what it is. But if you guys don't know me yet, my name is Noah Arnold. I help agency owners and coaches scale from 5 to 10K a month to 25 to 30K per month by rewiring their subconscious belief system using my 10.0 entrepreneur method. This is to move you from being stuck and hitting a revenue ceiling to operating as the version of yourself that's already doing 25K per month so that that number becomes a byproduct of your life and a result of your frequency. So with that being said, let's just dive headfirst into this. So the number one main thing that I learned from living in this apartment complex and being the youngest tenant here is spending more than you probably should will put you into an energetic state of pain, which throws you into a state of hunger. As you guys can see here with this cycle, I have a video explaining this cycle a lot more in depth, and I'll leave that video right up here. But you go from pain, and when you're in so much pain, you can either get stuck in that pain and go deeper into pain and start abusing vices and things of that nature, or you can allow it to do its natural cause of wanting to throw you into a state of hunger. When you're in pain, you naturally want to enter a state of hunger because you're pissed off of your position. For those of you guys right now who, you have big aspirations, maybe you want to do 10K a month, maybe you want to do 25K per month, you want to buy your mom a house, whatever, right? You're in a state of pain where you haven't achieved the things you want to achieve, and you would hate to be on your deathbed and regret that you didn't go all in and things of this nature, right? So when you're in the state of pain, you get thrown into a state of hunger, okay? And, the reason I'm saying this is because when I moved in here in October, like I said, seeing that monthly payment get out of my bank account, which is pretty close to $6,000, it hurt. Like, I'm being super honest, it hurt my bank account seeing that amount just exit every single month, or like at least for that first month. It was like, damn, this is 6K leaving my bank account. This is crazy. But I can confidently say now I have made way more money than I ever have in my entire life, and I've created a new standard for myself that I genuinely just I would never be able to, I would never allow myself to stoop below, and I would never have this standard created for myself if I was still living at home or if I was still in that shitty apartment I was in a year ago at this point, or less than a year ago, right? So spending more than you probably should will put you into an energetic state of pain, which I was in, seeing that money leave my bank account, and then it threw me into a state of hunger, which made me work like a fucking madman, excuse my French, but I made way more money than I ever had in my entire life, and I felt better doing so, okay? Now, number two, your circle's frequency is your frequency, okay? It's just like your network is your net worth. It's true, okay? When you're surrounded by killers, when you're surrounded by people who are killing it in life and in business and, just overall, you will eventually grab onto their frequency. It's only a matter of time. If that's the only type of people you're surrounded with, you will eventually grab onto their frequency. It's the same thing if you're hanging out with a bunch of shitheads who like to go and hang out and vape and smoke or whatever, you're going to grab onto their frequency and you're going to keep getting pulled down with them. So I want you guys to think of it. This is my drawing representation of a ski lift. Think of it like a ski lift, right? These guys who are killing it in business and in online, just life in general, they're moving to the top of the mountain. They're on the lift and they're moving to the top of the mountain versus the guys that you guys all know, these people who are just, for a fact their frequency is pulling you down. Anytime you're surrounded with them, you feel like you're getting pulled to their frequency and, they're just not really going anywhere in life. So when you're surrounded by people who are only going and only headed to the top of the mountain, eventually you'll grab onto that ski lift. You will grab onto that frequency. Okay. So your circle's frequency is your frequency. And finally, number three, you get humbled very fast. All right. So if you're an agency owner or a coach, you've been doing online business for a minute and you've experienced your first 10K per month cash collected. Once you sit for a minute and allow that feeling of making 10K per month cash collected, once you absorb that feeling like, damn, I really just did that, you feel invincible for a little bit, just for a little bit, right? You feel on top of the world, like this visual representation here. Like you just made $10,000 in a single month without having to step foot in a college, without having to step foot in a normal job, right? It's is pretty cool. It's like, it's some cool shit, right? You made $10,000 online. It's cool. A lot of people will think you're selling drugs or whatever, but you just did it. Good job. It's crazy. You feel really good. And as although that lasts for only a little bit of time, like for those of you guys who have experienced that, it lasts for maybe a day. Maybe a day. You wake up the next day and everything goes back to the same thing. But when I moved here out of my shitty apartment complex, I got humbled very, very fast. I got humbled like that, right? I have a Subaru and a Tesla, right? Nothing major, nothing to front. It's literally just vehicles for me to get around in. They're parked next to a Lamborghini and they're parked next to a Rolls Royce, right? And I'll throw clips up right now. And my absolute dream car, which I have on a poster on the corner of my office, is parked in the top floor of my apartment complex, right? Like I can literally go and drive up and see my dream car any day I want. And I do that a lot, by the way. Like it's just a thing that I love to do. I just like to go and see who that is and try to meet the owner. He hasn't come out yet, so I've never got to meet him yet. But you know, you get humbled really fast, just like that. And it also ties back to your circle is your frequency. When you're surrounded by people who are killing it and have the things that you want. And I honestly don't care about the materialistic things like whatsoever. It's like, although I do have a poster of my dream car, it's like, I could care less. You know what I mean? It's just not something that I really care that much for. But it gives you a sense of, damn, this is really possible. Like, wow, this is a possible thing that I can achieve in a certain amount of time. And all you have to do is align your frequency with that frequency. Okay, so those are the 3 major things that I have learned by living in this apartment complex. And if you guys enjoyed this video, you know, feel free to drop a like, drop a comment, whatever. And yeah, I mean, hopefully you guys understand this. And again, this is the first one. Spending more than you probably should. You know, it's a topic that a lot of people say you shouldn't do, but when you're young, you need an enormous amount of pain and an enormous amount of fire under your ass to put yourself into a corner and really test your limit, test your capabilities, see if you're really about it, see if you can actually be stuck in a corner where you're 20 grand in debt, you have a $6,000 a month payment due in 20 days. What can you do in that corner? That's when you really see how powerful you are and how much you can really make out of it. It's a make or break moment. It's kind of like a fight or flight. You know what I mean? It's you really find out who you're about. And once you do get out of that corner, because I believe in every single one of you guys who have watched to the end of this video, I believe in every single one of you guys truly, because I was literally just like one of you guys watching videos just like this, underground people who, you know, are speaking concepts that not a lot of people speak about. So I truly believe in every single one of you guys. My advice would be to throw yourself into a corner, especially if you're young, if you're under 25, put yourself into a corner, a financial corner where it's like, damn, don't be stupid about it. But if you're in debt, if you have a really big monthly payment coming up due, you know what I mean? That's when you find out how powerful you are and how smart you are and what you're capable of. And you come out of there stronger than ever. And you come out of there a different person. You come out of there with a different frequency. I promise you on that. But yeah, with that being said, this is the end of the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.